Connecting to YouTube with any luck. I'm definitely live on Twitch. That is not the email I wanted to see. That is the email I wanted to see. Now live on YouTube. Alright, so let's bring up my chat, switch it to all rather than just Twitch. And here's my game. So, last time we crashed while I was fighting these three Falmer. They are dead now. So, or I had just killed them and it crashed. So now they're dead again. And I can move on. Right where we left off. I would love some Dwarven arrows. But not just yet. Silver ore is very nice. There's another chest there. Just all sorts of chests around here. And I am muffled. There is a Falmer at the top of this ramp. If your sneak is decent, you don't have to start slowing down too soon, but probably right around here. And start not going quite so fast. There's a gate. The gate opening will not make him detect you. As I said I would, I turned the difficulty back up. Which is why he did not die immediately. Man, that Falmer supple bow would do so much damage. With the Karasais and the mushroom. This button will open the gate down there. It is not timed, so don't worry about rushing. I'll drop a quick save if the A button will work. Eh. There it goes. There's an export gate over here. Get that open. There's a chest over this way. And there's a Falmer helmet over here. But what is interesting about this area, and Zinch left in particular, is that there is in fact a full set of Falmer armor, including this shield, over here. Hello Emily, welcome to the stream. There's an amulet of Zenithar in here, which is fortunate. Really racking up the amulets. I hope you're having a good evening. But I guess it's close to the morning for you. Let's drop another muffle before I go over here. There are two Falmer left. And I'll probably have to fight one of them out of sneak. Unless I can manage to kill this one without being detected. I'll just wait at the entrance to this hut for him. My sneak went up. Oh my lord! One hit? Okay. It's okay. This happens sometimes. More than I'd like it to, but yeah. Okay, so what I should probably do instead is prepare my bow. That shot was too low, and I'm actually sliding down the stairs. Really? I didn't change anything that I'm aware of, so I don't know why the game would look more smooth tonight. Maybe it's just well, I'm not sure, maybe I think the last stream you saw, maybe I hadn't upgraded my internet yet, so it could be that. I have yet to drop any frames, it's running at a consistent 60 FPS, so possibly a combination of several different factors improving it. No, even if I kill this guy easily, it doesn't change the fact that the other farmer killed me in one hit. I have not played Wukong. That's one of those games that looks very interesting to you, but I'm not sure my 10-year-old computer can handle it. But I did order the new computer. It's supposed to arrive on Tuesday. And I think there are a lot of games that I've passed on in recent years that I will be wanting to try very shortly afterwards. Okay, the skulker is walking away. Don't know if that's going to be enough. Just dash past him. Again, put away my weapon because that increases your movement speed just a little bit. And hopefully I can find a nice spot, maybe over here, where he won't find me. Put up a muffle before he gets close enough to hear it. There is a quiet casting perk I can get at illusion level 50. But I'm wanting to put now what I need to get up to that level. But the muffle lasts for 3 minutes, so I don't have to worry about it running out while I'm waiting for him to get back to his path, assuming he does. Very slowly, very carefully. So he goes basically all the way to the other side of this chamber. Hiccups. Don't think he's supposed to go that far. Where did he go? Apparently him chasing me once has changed his pathing. He does not stick to the stairs. There's a big chest right there. He's about to turn around. Big hit on him. If I can just get a couple more hits, he'll go down. So I just have to make sure I don't take a power attack. Alright, Falmer Skulker down. So that's the last Falmer I have to fight. And Mizinch left. So Flawed Varla Stone, which is kind of like a reusable soul gem. I know I already have the frost damage enchantment because the boss Drugger in Bleak Falls always has that on his weapon. This is an adept that I haven't even started to find the location for. There's a dead Dwarven Centurion in here. That's 3 flawless amethysts that I found in this dungeon alone. I want Dwarven Metal, but I still have a boss to fight. So I really don't want to be over encumbered for that. I have a pretty good suspicion that my arrows are not going to do a lot to the boss, considering they haven't been doing much to the regular enemies throughout this dungeon. But if I need to, I can dip out of the boss room and wait until I'm hidden again. So you see many dead Falmer and Dwemer constructs outside this room, which should be a warning to you. I will drop a save, and if I look straight ahead, I see a big guy. That's the guy that nearly killed Mule, and Mule is invincible. Dwarven Centurion Guardian, so it's not even the lowest level of it that it can be. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get some damage on this guy, and then just before he detects me, I'm gonna peek around this corner. It looks like he was about to detect me. His steam attack that the Dwarven Centurions have is almost guaranteed to kill me immediately. I do not dream for a moment that I will survive it. So I wait until I'm hidden, then I wait an hour, and he goes more or less back to his original position. And I pepper him with a few more arrows. Maybe try one more. And go through the door. There are a small number of enemies in this game who will follow you through a door. The Dwarven Centurion Guardian is not one of them. But he is right on the other side of the door, so even though I'm in a different room, I'm technically considered to not be hidden. So I'll wait until I'm hidden, Once again, wait an hour for his position to not be right on the other side of the door. He is back over there. And this time I should be able to get him down. Even if I can't kill him with the arrow. He did not go down to a knee. I expected him to go down to his knee on that hit. I'll save though and hope that he's not ready to attack the moment I go through the door. There we go, got him. Okay, so I killed the Dwarven Centurion, right? You think you're safe? Well, this is where Messenger Left cheats. Because if you decide to, hit him with arrows from afar, like a wise person might, this Dwarven Sphere won't appear until you've already killed him. And it's not any stronger than any other Dwarven Sphere in the dungeon. But the fact that you face it when you think you're done and safe is what makes him worse. And if you think that you can run through the door and be safe from him, no, the Dwarven Sphere is one of the ones that will chase you to the other side. I did bring a couple potions with me. I'm gonna pop those to make sure that the next hit doesn't kill me. And now, the Dwarven Sphere is done, and that is the last enemy I will be fighting here in Messenger Left. There is no one else to fight. So I will drop another save. Okay, so now I'm going to cheat. I'm going to turn on God mode, because if they get to cheat, I get to cheat. And I'm going to take as much of the Dwarven metal as I darn well please. Forget about carry weight. That's nice enchantment to get. I cannot use this armor, but that doesn't mean I can't give it to someone else to wear. They don't use a shield, so having the shield does not help me. Let's see, I have... It doesn't look like I have double up enchantments based on what I'm currently carrying. So, here's Grimsever. That's what Mule asked me to come here and recover. I'm going to first open Skyrim from right here. And the Blade's armor is really cool. It's too bad they suck. Well, not really the Blades so much as just Delphine and Esbern in particular. They suck. Deleted. Just waiting for this loading screen to end. And hit this lever right here. That will open up the gate. Eventually this gate will reseal on you. But for the moment, you would be able to re-enter the messenger lift through the gatehouse. But there's something else I'm going to do. If you were here for the last stream or watched the video afterwards, you know that I went to Septimus Signus's outpost specifically to get an item, the Remember Attunement Sphere, which I can place in the dwarven mechanism here. And now I can enter Blackreach. I remember entering Blackreach for the first time when I played Skyrim originally, and there's few experiences in gaming like that. So just take it in for a moment. Huge cavern deep below Skyrim. Okay, that's it. So all you get for now. I'm going to open that and take this all the way back up to Skyrim. I will be exploring Blackreach thoroughly in the future, but for now, I just wanted to get that particular entrance to the area unlocked. It is also the home to one of the more frustrating side quests in the game. So now I have the Great Lift and Messenger Lift unlocked, and I can use that to return straight to Blackreach at any time. That gate will not relock at any time. I'm getting attacked immediately by a ice wraith. I was tapping select or back or whatever it is to get away from him. So I'm going to return not to Messenger Left and or obviously not to Messenger Left, not to Riften and Mule just yet. First I'm going to return to Whiterun and offload some of this junk that I found. So my number one goal for the stream tonight was to finish Messenger Left. With the stream having crashed in there last night, and me knowing in my brain that I didn't complete the dungeon, there was a little itch in my brain that just wasn't going to go away until I did complete it. But I'm done with Messenger Left now, and we're 25 minutes in. And I don't feel like that's much of a stream, so I will do a little bit more tonight. I will put away much smithing material, except I will hold on to those 3 flawless amethysts. Let's see, we got ice wolf belt, iron ore, moonstone ore, rubies, silver ore, and wolf belt. I mentioned that a place like this cupboard is where I keep materials like glass. I did find some glass. I have plenty of ingredients that I picked up while I was in there. I have that Palmer armor set, which while I will not be using it, I like to have. Just feels good. Dwemer metal is something that I consider to be belonging in this area, along with Karaskiten. What I do when I clear a Dwemer ruin is I put all of my metal in there. And then I go back in here and take out all but one of them. And with the exception of Dwemer cogs, I will leave 11 in there, because I need 10 per quest. And now that I'm well under carry weight, turn that off. Don't want to use it for combat, or even by accident. So I have bunches of soul gems that I can fill, which is why I made sure to get the soul trap enchantment. Don't actually need to be holding on to a lot of those. I'm holding on to the Amulet of Arcade because of a quest. Okay, I said I was going to do something, but I forgot. So I will do it now between quests. So I was going to read a book to start this. That door being open is bothering me. So sit in this chair and read the book I was going to read at the end of the last stream, which is A Kiss, Sweet Mother. So you wish to summon the Dark Brotherhood. You wish to see someone dead? Pray, child. Pray, and let the Night Mother hear your plea. You must perform that most profane of rituals, the Black Sacrament. Create an effigy of the intended victim, assembled from actual body parts, including a heart, skull, bones, and flesh. Encircle that effigy with candles. The ritual itself must then commence. Proceed to stab the effigy repeatedly with a dagger rubbed with the petals of a nightshade plant, while whispering this plea. Sweet mother, send your child unto me. For the sins of the unworthy must be baptized in blood and fear. Then wait, child, for the dread Father's sentence rewards the patient. You will be visited by a representative of the Dark Brotherhood. So begins a contract, bound in blood. It's a fun little story. I'll put that away as well. Yeah, it's a decent house for starters, at least. There are cooler houses, but it's good to have a place to drop some things off early on. So I am actually going to sleep. Make it daytime. I would say the biggest downside to Breeze Home is the bed you have. It's kind of ramshackle. How many food do I? Yeah. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the smelter. And I'm going to turn at least a solid Dwemer metal into ingots. A good rule, if you're wondering what pieces of Dwarven metal, yeah, 10 hours of sleep would be awesome. A good rule of thumb for Dwemer metal, whether you can turn it into ingots or not, is it called Dwemer something? Or is there like small or large or solid, some adjective in front of it? If there's an adjective in front of it, with the exception of the large dormer plate metal, it can be turned into ingots. I'll put those dwarven metal ingots away. I never really came to a decision on whether I would be able to sell dwemer metal that I found. I feel like the answer would be no.
You tried mercenary work?
What do you think? Can I sell dwemer metal? I will leave it to chat to determine whether I can sell dwemer metal. I'll do usual things so you weigh in. I'm also hoping someone from YouTube will leave a message so that I can find out if my software is actually showing messages from both or only Twitch. So I have some things that I can disenchant. Dwarven bow for fire damage, great sword for sparks, soul trap enchantment, fortify restoration, fortify alteration, and fortify archery. And I still have the more Tapinella. I need to decide a place to drop the stuff I can't sell. I suppose I could like put it in a barrel and just wait for it to respawn. I think I'll do that.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard.
Vampire hunters or something in the old fort they're Riften. Do I consider joining up myself?
Rise up, children of the Empire.
I do have a great deal of envy for my character in most video games. I can just tap a couple buttons and they'll immediately fall asleep. Yeah, there are those nights where no matter how long you wait. So yeah, I'll just stick this stuff in here. Eventually the inventory of the barrel will reset and I don't have to worry about the things I'm not allowing myself to carry. But I'll still wait for a judgment call on the dwemer metal. That was an odd moment. Well, where you enter somewhere and forget why you went in there. I went in there to drop off the elven arrows. I find that checking my YouTube stream on my phone is like impossible. Maybe I don't want to use Face ID right now. Did you ever think of that? Okay, but it is open. It says I have one viewer on YouTube right now, which I believe is the first time since I started streaming again that I had more viewers on Twitch at one point than I had on YouTube. Usually YouTube has been getting more viewers recently. Which is fine, however you choose to watch. I'm just grateful for people watching it all. So Mule's over here.
I run the meat and produce stand at the market. Come by and see.
Hello.
Ah, you're back. What have you discovered?
I've located Grimsever.
Astonishing. To think you actually were able to reach it and yet return to tell the tale? Rarely in my travels have I encountered those who possess skills equal to your own. I see I still have much to learn. If you'd permit me, I'd be honored to accompany you in your travels for a time.
Emil will join me on many adventures.
I'm right behind you.
I'm telling you to follow me, but actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade things with her.
Carry a good bit of gear.
I'm going to let her hold on to the dwarven boots and helmet. It's a little better than their base armor.
Such a shame.
But
I thought we were getting along so well.
the next dungeon I'm going to do solo.
Second thoughts.
But the dungeon I plan to do after that next dungeon, she will definitely be with me. While I'm here, I'm going to talk to the face sculptor to get that off the list. Turn in the burglary and fishing job. But after that, I'm going to kill the leader of Lost Knife Hideout.
May you die with a swoop.
I'm still not have quite as many arrows as I would hope to have going in there, but 57 should be enough. Especially if I'm able to get a decent number back from the people I kill. I've managed to avoid anyone in the Thieves Guild saying, "Hey you, I want to talk to you." Which isn't a big deal. None of them will ask me if I've been to the Cloud District. So the face sculptor is over here.
Huh. I suppose I can work with your face. After all, the sculptor cannot always choose the finest clay.
Rude. What are you talking about?
I assumed you were here to see me about your face. To have it sculpted into something more artful than nature has bestowed upon you. So, are you here as a client? Shall I remake your face?
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
I have not always been a ragged beggar. I learned my art from the masters of the art of flesh sculpture. I studied with the faculty of chirurgeons and cloud rest. I walked with the hollow-faced men of Notahogra for 3 years. I count the nobility of both the Empire and the Dominion among my clients. And yet, I have fallen so low that I must justify myself to a wanderer in the sewers of this backwater of the world.
I understand you know how to change someone's appearance.
Change it. I can remake your face, if that's what you desire. I do not practice my art for free, however. I doubt you can afford my services. You have the smell of the vagabond about you.
I'll have to think about it.
Indeed. It is no small thing to submit yourself to the flesh sculptor's knife.
So if you decide you're not happy with how you made your character at the beginning, you can basically redo it by talking to her. I will speak to Vex.
Good news, I trust.
I've completed the burglary job.
Here's your gold. Try not to spend it all in one place.
And I will go ahead and take another.
You are. Which one? Got a tip on a desirable item at this All right, take this and get out of here.
All eyes are on you, lad.
What do you give me? Jeweled flagon from Bolly's house in Riften. Alright. Delvin Mallory. I've completed the fishing job.
Here's the spoils. Bloody more when it's good.
And go ahead and give me another fishing job.
Mark, who's just got an item from... Just remember the rules. Keep it clean and keep it quiet.
You may be wondering why I'm doing the ones in Riften. I just want to complete as many as possible. Volgir Beerclaw's Flawless Garnet from Volgir Beerclaw in Solitude. Okay, that's not too bad. I might go ahead and grab the one here in Riften on my way uptown. Over here, there are these empty shelves. There are certain items you'll find while going through the Thieves Guild quest line if you're looking for them that will show up on those shelves. Also appearing on those shelves is items based on how many of the Radiant quests from Dex and Velvin. Vex and Delvin that you've done. If you only do the bare minimum number of quests required to restore the Thieves Guild, then you will not get all of those. But if I take the ones I get for Riften along the way as well, or any I get once I've already done other areas, then I have a much better chance of getting those to appear. Where is the item? Nivenor's right there. I assume the item is upstairs. Oh no, the item is right here. Well, fortunately she doesn't care that I'm in her house, and she decided to get up from that chair and start walking away, so she couldn't see me take the jeweled flagon. Okay. So, Lost Knife Hideout is my next destination. Oh, that's why it was asking me for Face ID, because I had the private browsing open. Yes, I will be doing another Dwarven Ruin soon, which is another reason why I'm kind of pressing the question of whether I should be allowed to sell a Dwarven medal, because I want to know before I go collecting more of it. So, I entered Lost Knife Cave briefly a couple streams ago, and decided I did not have enough arrows. I have a few more arrows than I did now, plus higher archery skill, so each arrow I fire is going to do more damage. There are a lot of places where, in this cave, where having archery makes it a heck of a lot easier. Starting right here. Two guys over there. I can hit them from a good distance away. That guy has no idea where I am. I'll let him run around a little bit until he stops moving quite so much. And then I'll miss him entirely. He's a bounded outlaw, so he might take more than a single arrow to take out. But it's such a long way for him to run, and my sneak skill is high enough that he did not see me before I finished him off. I'll take that tomato. And the other one was just regular bandit, so he went down with a single arrow. I'll go ahead and take the cage key. That barrel always has an alchemical ingredient in it. It's lavender. I won't worry too much about cabbage right now. Some potions there. I could have taken some time to make some more potions, but I did not. There's an iron ore vein right here. You are far enough away from the other enemies that you can mine it. Got a ruby out of it. And an amethyst. Which reminds me that I forgot to do the quest with flawless amethysts. But I'll be back to Riften soon enough. So, there's a guy walking along over there, and there's a couple guys there, and a couple guys up there. Now, the people higher up are not going to be an issue. They will leave me alone. Even if I start to shoot at them, there's really nothing they can do. These guys All my arrows are somehow missing them. I'm finally getting detected by someone. He is also an archer. But I can dodge his arrows too. At least a little bit. Take him out. There's a guy walking over here. Oh, he's way over there right now. I'll wait a moment. Let him get a little bit closer. And now. Darn it! Honestly, I'm getting a little tired of missing. I'm not accustomed to missing. I'll get closer. He's a regular bandit. So even if he does come for me, he's not going to be able to do much. Of course, sometimes they do that crazy dodge way off to the side. There's just nothing you can do about that. So that one went into a wall. And that one is through his shield. But I can't take it, either from him or the ground. But I can get a couple of my arrows back. At least. Words and Philosophy is a skill book. You can tell by its value. There are the two guys up there, and normally you would have to fight them on the way out. Because you come out up there. But if you want, you can shoot some arrows at them now. And either kill them early or at least get some damage on them. Sometimes they'll jump off and end up in the water. And that's very annoying. Not sure if that's exactly where the thug is. Once they're in the water, they won't really move though, so if you figure out where you need to be aiming to hit them, it's not too bad. Okay, they're both dead now. Bandit thug, and some steel arrows back from him. Bandit outlaw is not giving me any. If you miss an arrow in the water, look for the splashing effect. That's usually where the arrow will be. I'm down to 29. There's a fishing spot down here. If you want to do some cave fishing. Or you can just spend some time actually under the water looking. I don't want salmon. I do want the dire fish. Those are the ones I want to hold. Those are ones that I will actually be asked to catch at some point in the fishing quest line. Look at them now. There are two guys up there, but they won't notice you. The hardest enemy I would wager in this cave is coming up. There's a tripwire there that will drop boulders from up there. I'll just activate it and wait for them to fall. Watch out if they start to roll towards you, because even if they don't fall on you, they'll still damage you somehow. So just be careful of that. I'll get into the shadows here. The guy that I'm worried about is not the one I'm trying to not be detected by right now. He's on his way out. This guy's on his way out of the cave. Okay, got him one shot. The guy I'm worried about is behind him, waiting in this room. So I could just entirely ignore him. I don't have to go into this room to clear the cave. Actually, I'm going to try something. I'm going to try and get a melee sneak attack on him. So back up a little bit. I was not far enough away.
Nothing here. Throw. What was that?
I'm just a... Well, I don't have enough for an oak flesh. I'd like to put up an oak flesh before I start fighting him. It looks like without the oak flesh, we do about the same damage to each other. Alright, got him. And I will heal myself up while I go and see what little of these spoils in his chamber I can actually take. I don't think I have absorbed magicka yet. Lots of salt piles. Some green apples in there. More tapenella. This was so worth it. I wanted 18, that brings me up to 17, so I only need to find one more. There's also an ore vein here. Alright, two more guys. I can probably sneak past them. I missed. Then took him out. Other guy is also a regular bandit. I'm at 26 arrows. I don't know. I get one back from him. None back from him. Some garlic in there. A hunting bow there. So, they've been giving me... There's a bow here. There's a bow down there. It's pretty obvious that they are saying, hey, archery might be good here. Alright, so now I'm moving on to the second subsection of this cave. There are 3 enemies in this room to the right, and 1 patrolling up there. That's 1 dead. There is a bandit thug. If your sneak is sufficiently high, you can just stand right here and pepper them with arrows, and they will never see you. That bandit decided to walk and ruin things, though. Now that I'm detected and the bandit thug is basically down, I'll switch to melee to finish him off. Using an extra arrow at that point would have been a waste. Get 5 back from him. Alright, the guy over there did not notice us. Just walks back and forth. They'll be coming back to the right in just a moment here. Got him in one shot. He did fall down, which is fine. You can come over to the left here and get around to the back. There's a chest and a potion. Well, a couple potions. And a corundum ore vein on the wall. I mentioned it before, but I've done this dungeon so many times. Almost always on my birthday. Just for several years in a row. I always happened to have a file that was about to do this quest on my birthday. So I decided to do this dungeon. I haven't done it on my birthday in a few years now. I'm generally doing something else, but for a while it was amusing that it just happened to work out that way. Take the steel arrow out of that barrel. Some garlic over here. Well, there's a piece of firewood you can grab there. But firewood is so easy to get, and it weighs 5, so I don't really want to be carrying it around right now. So much salt. So much salt. There might have been even more. There was another sack above that cupboard, but I'll leave it. There is a sleeping enemy at the top of this ramp. I'll drop him off at the bottom of the ramp. It's the second time I found a scroll of Firestorm. Don't know why they're trying to push master level destruction spells on me. Alright, so sleeping enemy on the bedroll over here. Nice and slow. Hello, bandit. Good night forever, bandit. Real though, if someone's going to slash me to death with a sword, do it while I'm asleep. Heavy armor skill book there. There'll be a flute there. I already have a flute. Okay, back to archery. The guy over there is down. Guy over there. And I missed magnificently twice. There are plenty of bandits in this room. Like a whole mess of bandits.
It's nothing.
Oh, I did not want to fall down here. It's not a big deal. But I would rather have not. They let the saber cat out. Or the saber cat just... Or the saber cat managed to get out another way. Or it glitched and is making it look like it's out. Honestly, I hope it was just a glitch. I don't want to fight the saber cat. But I'm gonna save anyway.
I think you're bleeding.
Oh, the saber cat is not hostile to me. At least not yet.
You won't get the best of me.
I think it's not hostile to me because its cage wasn't actually opened. So it's not supposed to be walking around. Yeah, because the saber cat belongs in that cage. There's no way of knowing how many of those arrows I actually hit them with, and how many were theirs. So I'll take them all and I'll drop, say, 10 of them. That sounds fair. Take the gold. Band it here. Technically opening that chest is clearing the dungeon. Alright, the saber cat's back in the cage now. So it seems it is horribly cruel. But I am in fact going to attack it. Wait until it gets real low on health. Open the cage, soul trap, and hit it. I know that is horrible. So the elephant in the room, or the bandit chief in the room as the case may be, is the guy running around down there. He is the boss that has been challenging people to fights in the pit. I'm holding an iron arrow, which I must have been hit by. So if you have enough arrows, it did not auto-equip steel. If you have enough arrows, you can just shoot him from up here. And skip a fight with a higher level bandit. He's not even a chief this time, he's just a plunderer. Now when you hit him, he has a tendency to run and hide. So it can take you a terribly long amount of time to kill him this way. At the same time, my armor is not good. So I wait until I'm hidden. I walk back out. Get some good shots on him. He has not gone to hide yet, but I am detected now. Now that he knows I'm there and shooting at him, I'll try and hide. Sometimes he won't be quite behind the breacher, and you'll be able to hit him anyway. But If you do manage to hit him while he's kind of peeking out, then he will go further behind cover. Of course, if he's further out of line of sight, then you'll end up hidden that much sooner. I often like to get a conjuration spell. If nothing else, at least conjure familiar before I come here. I can conjure familiar down in that area and get a little bit more damage on him. Let whatever I conjured fight him. Missed. I've only got 10 arrows left, but he doesn't have that much health left either. If he dodges back into the open area, then you're good. Let me make sure I don't have a black soul gem. I did not. I really only need to hit him 1 or 2 more times. I'll unlock the cage. If I unlock the cage gate, then it blocks my view. I'll get hidden 1 more time. Get that sneak skill. And hit him with just a couple more arrows. I had just enough. So there are some dead bandits down here. The implication is that he killed these guys. Got a few off of him. There is a gold ore vein down here, which is very nice. I love gold ore veins. Gold ore is very valuable, and their veins also have a better chance of giving you more valuable gems. There is a dead cave bear there. I accidentally took a silver amethyst ring from it. But another bear pelt for that quest. And there is that chest in the area I fell down earlier by accident. Let's not forget about that. Oh, there's also like another random room. But to be honest, that you should forget about. Because I always look to the right as soon as I get in here. There's like a whole other side of the room right here. In any case, what I really want is back here. I will drop a save because this is yet another master level chest. I've got 49 lockpicks, so there's a very small chance that I don't get this. The real question is, how quickly will I start to figure out where it is? And how many lockpicks will I break along the way? Alright, so it's to the left, not very far. Not quite there. That was the wrong way. Let's try right here. Got it. Alright. Spell Tome Strangulation. That's one of the anniversary spells. absorbs health from the target. And as it turned out, there are a couple of ways to get into that area. It loops around. I always feel like there's more down here, but... and there probably is, but I forget. So, as I said before, you come out up here, and if you didn't take care of them before, there will be 2 more bandits up here. Not as strong as the boss one, but no, it's still more guys to fight. Some small loot there, but nothing I'm taking. There's a little loop around section there. Up, down, and let's get out of here. So, if you'll recall, I decided to talk to the person who gives me this quest and the crag jumper just after I got the quest to hire a steward for my plantation. And despite the fact that she lives at Darkwater Crossing with her husband Verna Rockchucker, she can do better. And while it feels kind of mean to take a girl who dreams of having adventures like she used to when she was younger and sticking her on the plantation, at least she's running the day-to-day there. Here she's just the wife of the guy who runs the mine. So it's at least a societal step up. Sure, she doesn't own the farm. Sorry about that.
Gorgeous tree. You remind me of myself a few years. Now I've got the itch to travel.
So she'll give you a light armor level.
Lead the way.
And part of the reason, apart from the fact that I was trying to kill people with arrows and stealth, part of the reason I didn't take Mule with me for that cave is so that I wouldn't already have a follower with me when I completed that quest. So I will fast travel halfway across the map to Golden Hills Plantation with Annika in tow. And talk to her.
Got your back.
I'm looking to hire a steward for my plantation. Interested?
I'd be honored to be your steward. You've built a fine steading here.
Alright, now they want me to hire farmhands to help with the labor. And I can ask her to hire some farmhands to tend to the farm. But homelessness is a bit of a problem in Skyrim. There are some beggars out on the streets. And sure, Skyrim is a hard land, and with the Civil War and dragons and all sorts of other problems, there's bound to be some economic uncertainty. There's no reason to denigrate those who have fallen on some hard times. Pardon me. There's some unhoused people, I should say. But several of them can in fact be hired as farmhands rather than nameless farmhands that will show up at your farm if you ask your steward to hire them. So one of them is our old friend Brenuin, for whom we acquired some Argonian ale from the Bannered Mare. I don't know where he is right now, but he'll be out here somewhere, walking around.
You look tired, friend. The Bannered Mare has beds for it.
I'll just do a few circles until I find him.
I ain't done nothing.
Still thirsty?
Not anymore. Thanks to you, friend.
Anyway, I'm looking to hire a farmhand for my plantation. Interested?
How much?
I can pay you 250 gold.
That price? Sure.
Brenuin is now working for you.
You tried much?
And now I have the quest to build an animal pen, but you can in fact have two farmhands. You can get Agranor once honored from Windhelm, but he's a racist. You can get Narfi from Iverstead, but he has another purpose. So the other person you can get to work as a farmhand for you is Embry in Riverwood. And I forgot about that when I said that it would be a while before I went to Riverwood again. But maybe I'll get lucky anyway. After all, I did go through a Dormer run.
What do you need?
Extra lucky? Not extra lucky. In fact, that wooden plate is still on the ground there. We're just going to walk into that and die someday.
It means so much to us to have the claw back where it belongs. Thank you.
I'm going to do a couple things while I'm in here.
Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send
I'm
some.
going to talk to Orgnar.
Let's sate that appetite.
What have you got for sale? Give me your blisterwort and your wheat. Because that's what they'll tell you to buy to make a healing potion. I'll also buy an eel. An eel?
Next time.
I don't think there's eel in this game. But there is ale. So I use the blisterwort and wheat to make a few more healing potions. And I'll talk to Embry.
What are you staring at?
Here, have a drink on me.
Ale or mead?
I do have an ale. Friend. In a moment there will be an... There's the animation of him drinking the ale I gave him.
You're kind of fuzzy. What's wrong with you?
Anyway, I'm looking to hire a farmhand for my plantation. Interested? I can pay you 250 gold.
That price? Sure.
And now I'll have Embry working for me, and two farmhands for my plantation. Give my brain a minute. I need to think. Actually, I have a notebook. Where's my notebook? Don't know where my notebook is. Well then, I'll just grab all of my iron ingots and make a few things and hope it works out. Seriously, I have a little notebook where I write down all sorts of things about the games I'm playing. And one of them has exactly what I need in this situation. I'm gonna go to building materials. I'll make a hinge. I'll make an iron fitting, and I'll make like 3 sets of nails. And hopefully that'll be all I need. I don't have all the more tapanella I need yet. I need one more. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't get this farm up and running so it can start earning at least some for me. Even if I can't do all of the alchemy I want to do with it. More tapanella, skilly foliota, and creep cluster are not the most valuable ingredients. If you have it growing more valuable ingredients, it will earn you more money passively. But I do want the alchemy experience as well. I need firewood to make animal pens. Fortunately, actually there's more tapanella here already, isn't there? I think there's a stump over here that's growing some. Isn't it? Now it's growing blisterwort. Never mind, I got really excited for a moment. I see stumps and I immediately think more tapanella. So there's quarried stone here, which you'll need some of. There's also a wood chopping block right here for you. So you don't need to go too far to get firewood for your plantation. I'll need a lot more than the 6 I'll get for one cycle of the animation. But that will be the start to at least get the animal pens built. Animal pens. I need straw for the apiary. I need 2 quarried stone to get the blacksmithing workshop. And I'm going to do that real quick. So I'm going to just go ahead and pull out my pickaxe. And hit this 4 times. Oh, give me quarried stone. The deposits of quarried stone and clay have something like 2,000 in each of them. So it's very rare that you'll actually empty any of those. Alright, now we got the blacksmithing workshop, so if I need to make more nails or hinges or iron fittings or whatever, I at least have an anvil here. Actually, it gives me a smelter too, which is real nice. So right now, my steward and farmhands have just a little camp over here. And some bedrolls that they sleep on. I will be able to change that soon. I think you can purchase livestock for the plantation. I will ask her to get a cow. And I'll also go ahead and ask her to get a few goats. And last but not least, a couple of chickens. And my next quest was to wait a few days for Golden Hills Plantation to start making money. I'm going to come over to Rorikstead and discover that location. I got my cow and my chickens, and the goats are over here too. Buying cows, chickens, and goats. Am I playing Skyrim, or am I back to Stardew Valley suddenly? So, discover Rorikstead. There are a couple quests I can do here. There are farmers, and there's a farmhand who dreams of adventure, and I can strong arm his father into spending every little bit of gold they have to send him on an adventure. Wolves. I can't kill them with a pickaxe, but I will use Soul Trap on one of them. I don't have enough magic or concentration skill to cast Soul Trap twice in a row, but at least get it on one of them. I'll just do some location discovering while I'm waiting for money to start coming in. This is a promising looking fallen tree. Now, wow, that's annoying. That tree looks like a certain location for more Tapanella. There's a giant camp over here. Let's cover that real quick. Please, game, have mercy on me. That looks like more Tapanella. There's an enemy nearby. There we go. Probably another wolf or a skeever or something. Alright. Concentration level, another petty soul. And I was all geared up to go find some Forsworn camps. But I got my 18th more Tapanella. So getting these in the ground is more important to me. Because right now my healing potions are still healing only 22 health. And I'm level 14, so that's really just not enough anymore. So there are 18 spots still open. And I'm going to fill each of them with a mushroom. And your farmhands will harvest whatever crops you put out here occasionally. But you can also come out and harvest them yourself from time to time. Whether they have harvested them and whether you have harvested them will not impact the other. You can both do it at regular intervals. The one upside to have not having done it all at once is I can clearly tell where the creep clusters started to grow in, so I don't need to figure out what spots are still empty. Alright. And I can now talk to Annika Crag Jumper. It's been a day. So I can collect my profits. I'm missing one somewhere. this one? No. But if you plant one where there already was something, it will give you back the original one. Oh, I know where it is. It's the extra spot over here. Alright, stuff planted everywhere. I'll talk to Annika Grave Jumper again.
If you're heading to Kynes Grove, stick to the road.
She'll still have her Dark Water Crossing dialogue even here. I'm here to collect the plantation's profits.
Very good, sir.
Now it hasn't been very long, so I didn't get a lot. Collect the extra harvested produce from the pantry. I'm gonna make sure to save before I go inside. It's a certain furnishing without getting other furnishing that causes the game to close randomly when you come in here. I don't remember which ones it is, but I'll save for safety. So now A Farmer's Life for me is completed. There was actually nothing in the cupboard. Which was disappointing. But the quest is done. I returned Golden Hills Plantation to the thriving plantation it once was. Or so I say. I don't have corundum ingot on me right now. And I think I need that to make the farmhouse for them. I need more firewood, I need a lock, I need quarried stone, and I need straw. I make 2 iron fittings and get more firewood. Excuse me, this is my anvil. I can't make 2 more iron fittings. I don't have enough iron ingot.
Favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead.
Now he's become a bit of a milk drinker. Likes to stay home.
I need firewood, a lock, wood, stone, and straw, but I can get the straw. I have corundum ore on me though. I can do that. I suppose I can spare a little bit of iron ingot. Or iron ore for an ingot.
Heading to Kynes Grove, stick to the road. Some pretty dangerous caves between here and there.
I need another iron fitting. Then I need some firewood.
If you head straight west from where the White River splits towards Whiterun,
Also gonna go ahead and get the lock. I'm trying to get the windmill. I don't need another axe. I'm trying to get the windmill because then I can just take some wheat from Rorikstead and bring it back here and spin that into straw rather than having to buy straw from a general store. Golden Hills Plantation along with Lakeview Manor are 2 of my favorite player homes for the fact that they have apiaries and something has to be done to cultivate the bees. And I decided to do it again, and I tried to walk away, so why not? Just let it happen. She only did it once more. So now I have the firewood I need to make the windmill. Gonna need a stable as well. So I'll need 5 quarried stone, some more firewood, and 3 straw. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to Rorikstead as fast as my little legs take me. Some people claim that moving between the first and third person makes it feel like they're moving faster. I don't get it. I'm also going to harvest one cabbage and find her
Honest pay for honest work.
and sell her the cabbage so she likes me more. And then I will take all of their wheat every piece of wheat we've got. And if you have a mill, you can use wheat to either make sacks of flour or straw. Of course, what I want it for right now is straw. So I'll return to my farm and my new windmill. Use grain mill. It actually takes 5 wheat to make a piece of straw, so it's not as helpful as I would have liked, but... And I switched back to my sword when I encountered the wolves. And do another round of wood chopping. I know the riveting gameplay of setting up a farm. Though that's what a lot of the Stardew Valley was the other night too, and I had a lot of fun with that. First week of that game. So I wanted to get the bunkhouse, but I don't have enough straw. Although I'll go ahead and do the apiary real quick. I need 3 straw, and then I will need additional firewood if I do I'll do the exterior decoration now so I can see exactly what I still need. I still need 3 straw and 1 more firewood. The exterior decorations is some additional fertile soil outside. What I use those for is I do some alchemy research and I figure out what I think would be helpful for my current character. And I grow the ingredients to make that sort of potion right there. Now I have not decided what potions I want for this character. Maybe I want fortified archery or sneak, or maybe who knows what I want. But I will do some research into it, and at some point I will decide what seems fun to me, and I'll plant the ingredients for those sorts of potions into the exterior decorations. And we will move on from there. The reason I need straw for the farmer's bunkhouse is straw is one of the ingredients for beds. And there's a bed for each of them in that bunkhouse.
Take a look.
So I can buy 3 straw from him almost certainly. I'm gonna take that moonstone and iron ore as well. Just because I can.
Do come back.
I'm also going to actually grab a quest while I'm here in town from Amron. He's gonna ask me to find his family's sword.
That means something.
And if I'm lucky, he'll ask me to get it from Halted Stream Camp.
Mister, could you spare a coin?
But there is no guarantee of that. He's probably not in here. It's probably just his wife, Sapphire, who is trying to read. Always. Which, I mean, I believe I've said that exact phrase to someone before. Excuse me, I'm trying to read. But the way she says it is fairly rude. Come to chat with an old woman. Do your good deed for the day. Amron can be in a number of places throughout town. He could also be on his way up to or back from Dragon's Reach. Ulfrid, patron of the great clan Battleborn. Edelof is on his way up there.
In each of us, the future of Skyrim, the future of...
I work with my mother to sell fruits and vegetables.
I suppose it's possible that Amron is in the Bannered Mere, but he doesn't go in there often. What I'll do is I'll wait until the next morning. See if I can find him walking around.
Well met, traveler. I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee. I'm all ears.
What's the matter? You can't stand the sight of a strong Nord woman?
I like the sight of a strong Nord woman.
My sword. Dull old blade.
A fine day to you, friend.
That looks like Amron to me.
You tried mercenary work? Might suit you.
You're not from Skyrim, are you?
No, I'm not. Looks like we've got something in common then. No, I'm a Red Guard. My family hails from the Imperial Province. But I left home when I was just a lad. Been wandering ever since.
What were you two arguing about, if you heard him arguing with his wife?
My Sapphire doesn't like that I've been spending so much time looking for my father's old sword. He fed his entire family with the gold he made using that weapon. I'm not about to let it gather dust in some thief's trophy room.
Do you need help finding the sword?
I tracked it to a group of bandits nearby. But I'm no fool. I'd need the Whiterun Guards or maybe hire the companions to get it. I don't know why I'm saying this, but if you find it out in your travels, I'd be grateful to you.
Full-time keep.
If you find that sword, please.
That's a shame. But I'll still do it at some point. It's not that big a deal. I'll pick it up from Full-time keep in good time. And I'll also go to Halted Stream Camp at some point. What I could do is get bounties from either Preventus or Holta until they give me one to go to Halted Stream Camp. I can at least get some gold out of it at the same time. The Lawbringer mod I get changes full-time keep significantly and Halted Stream Camp. But the reason that I wanted to go to Halted Stream Camp is still unchanged for the spell tome and the items that are there. So I can make the farmhand bunkhouse now, and I have all the things at this workbench completed. So I could remove it if I wanted to, but I don't really care to. So now I have the apiary, and 2 farmhands, and a significant amount of crops, and they have a bunkhouse, which should make them happier. There's a bed for each of them, and typical things you would expect to find in a farmhand's bunkhouse. But as they get to sleep out of the elements, it just feels better. I don't know if it actually affects how much gold you get. I know the number of crops and animals you have does. But I can see that I can already harvest more tapenella. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, 17, then come over here and get the 18th, and then Skilly Folioda, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which one did I not get? Is it this one? I only did 9. I think I only did 9. 9 times 5, yeah, 45. It's this one. There we go. And then the 10 creep cluster, I will prove that you can in fact harvest it. If you look directly at it, you'll get the fertile soil, but if you look above it, there is a spot where you can harvest the creep cluster. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The reason you do 10 creep cluster, 10 scaly foliota, and 18 more tapenella is from each harvest of creep cluster and scaly foliota you get 5. From each more tapenella you get 3. So doing that gives you 50 potions you can make with those ingredients. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to return to Whiterun, where I have an alchemy lab in my house and a bed to sleep in. I'm going to sleep to get the 10% well-rested bonus. And I'm going to show you exactly how much alchemy leveling you get from just one harvest of those plants. That's actually a very, very bad idea. Hang on. I need to check something else first. desperately need to check something else first. Because if I do all of the alchemy levels that I need... Is it level 12 that you need for Unfathomable Depths? Golden the quest site might start. Required level 14, suggested 18. So I am level 14, so I should be able to start the quest. The unofficial Elder Scrolls pages, UESP, is your friend.
I won't go back to Avanshan's. I won't.
I hear her.
You must take the lexicon. Free me of my burden.
Lexicon? Burden? What are you talking about?
The memories. I cannot stand them. You must take them away. Return them to Avanshan's. You must take the lexicon from me. Please, take it now.
It's okay. I'll take the lexicon.
You must bring it to Avanshan's. In the west, return it to them. It must go back.
This is the quest that not having done this quest yet, is the only reason that I have not done any significant leveling regarding my smithing yet. Once I am done with this quest, I will be leveling smithing at least to the point where I can be making myself a lovely set of elven armor and weapons, which will be a massive boost to both my defenses and my damage output. In the meantime, I'm going to pop into the Bee and Barb and finally do that flawless amethyst thing that I've been talking about. Get a top Talon J in here.
You have some nerve coming back here after what you did to Kirava.
Tell me about the Thieves Guild.
They're vermin, garbage. They're exactly what makes this city such a horrible place to live. How appropriate they should live in the Ratway with the rest of the trash.
What's the Ratway? Like I don't know.
Ruined sewers filled with goodness knows what. There's an entrance down by the canal, but I'd highly advise you to stay out of there. It's the Thieves Guild's territory.
You mentioned you served special drinks?
3, in fact. They're my own recipe. Brought them over here from my days as a bartender in Gideon. First is the Velvet Lechance, which is a mixture of blackberry, honey, spiced wine, and a touch of nightshade. Perfectly safe, I assure you. Second, we have the White Gold Tower, which is heavy cream with a layer of blended mead, lavender, and dragon's tongue on top. Last, and only for the bravest of souls, we have the Cliff Racer, which is firebrand wine, Cyrodiilic brandy, fling, and sujama.
That'll knock you on your ass. Now I'm thirsty, dude. How did you meet Kirava?
I met her when I wandered into Riften a few years ago. Been smitten with her ever since. In fact, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me. In Blackmarsh, tradition dictates we present a potential mate a unique wedding ring to represent our future bond. I already have the gold band, but all I need are 3 flawless amethysts to complete the setting.
I have them right here.
I don't know what to say. Such kindness is unheard of in these times. Here, I want you to accept this as payment for your sacrifice. And we both thank you.
You gave me poison?
Just get out of here.
So now he's conflicted about me because I did get the payment from Kirava for the Thieves Guild, but I also gave him that. But he gave me poison as a reward. Which is I haven't had that happen before.
If you're looking for a handout, you want
So if I'm going to do another Dormer Ruin, I'm going to need some help. And who better than my favorite girl, in this game at least.
Oh, it's you.
Well,
Extort more from me?
I don't know if I'd even say that.
Fresh meats and
But she is very strong. I want Mule if I'm going to be going into a Dormer Ruin. The best part about returning Grimsilver to her is while you're still holding on to it, you have a quest marker that tells you where she is.
I've never seen Mule this
A
upset.
fine day to you, friends.
Follow me, I need your help.
Behind you.
Taylor, another round.
Yeah.
I think
What
I could talk to Sapphire, but I'll wait a little bit longer. So, I'm going to turn that off because I don't want to start fishing right now. I have the quest for a Vanchinzel. Now that I have that, I am still going to do that alchemy leveling I was talking about. But I'm also going to drop some things off at home. I could make more arrows, but if I'm going to have Mule with me, it really doesn't matter how many arrows I have. She'll take enough damage that I really don't need to worry about how many things I can shoot with arrows. I might do another quest to end the stream and then just craft some arrows off screen and come back with a nice bundle next time. I also need to decide what book I'm going to read to end off the stream. I couldn't do it last time because of the crash, so I want to make sure that I want that to be kind of my thing. I end each stream with a book. A little bit of lore for the game. The game has some interesting lore, and I would like to explore a fair bit of it. Don't want to read Dwemer Inquiries Volume 2. I had Volume 1 with me, certainly. Alright, I'm going to put the extra ingredients in here, including the extra 4 more tapenella. I'm still waiting on the verdict on those drummer medals, but I'll have my answer before the next stream. I still have some nails and quarried stone with me. I'm done making things for that house, so I'll just put them in here until the next one. Any less I have to do, then is appreciated. I have a lesser from the saber cat and a couple wolves. Yeah, because I only have 9 arrows now.
Seen me at the height of my adventuring career. I was fearless and took too many risks.
When they ask you to catch fish, it doesn't matter how you get them, just as long as they end up in your inventory. So even if you pull them out of a sack in your house. So I'll just sleep 1 hour. Get that well-rested bonus. And I have the Thief Stone. Alchemy is under the sign of the thief. So as you can see right now, I'm a little under halfway up level 21. Let's do some button mashing. "50 potions later, I'm at alchemy level 38. And that's just one harvest of those ingredients. I can go back every 3 days and harvest them again. And then there will also be additional ones placed in the pantry whenever my farm hands complete their work for even more ingredients. So you can reasonably get up to level 100 alchemy within a couple in-game weeks, especially if you're willing to put perks into alchemy as you're going to make the potions stronger. Stronger potions sell for more, higher value means more experience per potion. You can also see how my effectiveness of alchemy changed over that crafting. I have 4 different levels of that potion that changed as I leveled up. So I have 7 of the weakest, 20, 11, and then the highest magnitude. I have 12 of them. The effect of that potion increases your carrying capacity, increases stamina regen, makes illusion spells stronger, makes the target, which would be you if you're drinking it, weaker to magic, and restores magicka. That is a large number of effects that are shared between those 3 ingredients, which is why the potion is so valuable. Just all of those effects being on one potion. Now, I really don't have to worry about gold at this point, because I get passive gold from the plantation, plus all of the ingredients I can get there, making these potions, which I can then sell to alchemists and general goods merchant, who will not have enough money to buy these potions to begin with. But yeah, I can, whenever I enter a town or anywhere else that has a merchant, I can sell off a few of these potions while I'm there and just slowly increase my gold. What I often do when I'm buying from when I am selling to an alchemist, is I'll buy their full stock of ingredients and then I'll sell the potions, just because it's more gold from them. She has a Daedra heart, which is very valuable, which means I'm going to be able to sell even more potions to her. She doesn't have enough gold to cover all of that, but that's okay. And selling these high value potions will also make my speech go up fairly well. So I'm getting alchemy and speech at the same time. Or near the same time, at least.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
Is there anything else I want to buy from him? I'll take that bear pelt and the cave bear pelt. I'll take the refined moonstone. Yeah, salt piles, because I added that to the lists. Suppose, there's probably me that wants to buy robes from him, but I need to sell potions first. Also, another reason I'm not going to buy robes right now is I typically will... I have a Word document on my computer that I call Skyrim lists. And typically when I make a new character, I will open up that Word document. I will save it as something to describe the current character I'm playing as, and I'll save it to my iCloud, and then after a time it will appear on my phone, and then I can use that to check things like if I have a certain enchantment or a spell, so I don't have to like buy things and wonder if I have that spell. But I have not made that. I have not made that file for this character as of yet. So after all those ingredients, after all that leveling, even though I didn't put any skill points into alchemy, I would at least get 2 more points of health out of a potion. I'm not actually going to make the potion right now, I just wanted to show you how much experience I would get were I to do it now. Oh. Excuse me, hiccups are back. Dormer Rebels, what's weighing me down? So I'm going to put Dormer Inquiries Volume 2 in here. And pick a book to read. Do Brief History of the Empire, Volume 1. A Mysterious Akavir. That'd be a bad one. I'm going to do the Book of Daedra. I was going to do the Book of Daedra and then change my mind. So that is the one I will do to end this stream when it does end. I should run up to Dragon's Reach and disenchant that Dwarven War Axe of Siphoning. You may be concerned if you pick up an enchanted Dwarven item that you will get that dreaded letter from Calsomo asking you to bring it to him for further study. But if you've done the Book of Love, then your disposition with him is already a little bit higher, and he will not send you that letter asking for you to bring him an item. Or at the very least, I have never received a letter from him after doing that quest. If you have, please tell me. I would be very interested to know. But as far as I'm aware, doing the Book of Love early like I do forestalls that possibility. Come to the Arcane Enchanter and enchant the Dwarven War Axe of Siphoning. And just because it feels kind of wrong that I don't already have it, I'm going to get Frostbite. And Fast Healing. And I talked about it, at least Conjure Familiar. Just some very basic spells that I feel it's important to have. So now I have the Novice level Destruction spell of all 3 elements. I have another Novice Conjuration spell. And as I'm level 29, Restoration, I feel like it's pretty close for me to time to switch from healing to fast healing. Now, the cost of 5 per second, it would take 5 seconds to get to 75 healing, and it's a lot more than 5 times the cost to heal that. That's because I have the perk for Novice Restoration that costs half as much, and I don't have that for Apprentice level yet. I could alleviate that a little bit by equipping the Amulet of Mara. That brings it down to 54.
You know, if you've got the aptitude, you should join
and healing all of that at once is still more effective than healing it over seconds. So Okay, I am going to do the thing I talked about where I don't do a dungeon cell now and craft a bunch of arrows off screen. So let's look through my quests and pick something else. I know exactly what I'm going to do. Know exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm happy that I have Mule with me for it. Normally I use a lot of arrows here. I do use a lot of arrows for this quest too. Darn it, I need to be able to craft more arrows. Need dwarven smithing fast. Because once I have that, it's not unusual for me to craft hundreds upon hundreds of dwarven arrows through basically the rest of the game. Until I have, 70 dragon bones in my chest and nothing to use them on, then I make dragon bone arrows instead. This quest I use a lot of arrows. Evangelicals I use a lot of arrows. The quest I'm thinking of from Solitude I use a lot of arrows. I'm just an archer at heart. You know what? Let's continue the main quest. Let's do the dragon. It'll make dragons start spawning, which will make our exploration a little bit more exciting. But it's been several levels I haven't continued the main quest, and being able to shout is just fun. So let's go to the Western Watchtower and see what's going on there. I'll let Mule come along because I happen to have her with me right now. She's got the dwarven helmet and dwarven boots. Evangelicals does also have dwarven armor and gauntlets in there, so I can pick those up and give them to her when I'm there. So she has a full set of dwarven armor.
I journey with my father on hunting expeditions into Morrowind. The cliff racers made for excellent sport.
So there's going to be more dialogue before I end this episode, but at least we'll get one more fun fight in before it's over.
No signs of any dragon right now, but it sure looks like he's been here. I know it looks bad.
I use a couple arrows for this.
If that dragon is still skulking around somewhere. Spread out and look for survivors. We need to know what we're dealing with.
Spread out. I'm going to come straight to the tower itself. Discover the Western Watchtower. And that guy will spawn in behind me. Oh, here's someone. Roki and Tor just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it. Can Roth save us? Here he comes again. The dragon is going to come from that direction. So pull out my bow. There's the dragon. And we're going to see if we can get a shot on him as he comes by. He's already breathing fire down there. I've done a little bit of damage to him with the few arrows I've hit him with. If you stand on top and are covering him with arrows, he will uh, hover by the tower to try and take care of you. When you breathe fire, you can just dip down here and wait for it to dissipate. Do as much damage to him as I can. He's getting fairly low, so it won't be too long now before he lands. So I will come down here. That guard is dead. I'm going to take the guard's armor. Just because it's fun to have some Whiterun guard armor to play with. The dragon's breath is classed as a magic weapon, or a magic attack. So if you manage to hit them with enough sparks, they can actually lose the ability to shout. No! Unfortunately, I did not get a kill cam there. I will take the remaining pieces of a Whiterun guard armor set.
What's happening?
I'm gonna see if I can find another dead Whiterun guard, maybe one that has a shield. That one was cowering there. So use the shout section of your magic menu to equip Unrelenting Force. Now I can use the right button, right shoulder button to shout. Z if you're on keyboard. Dragonborn? What do you mean?
In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power.
I think you may be right.
There's only one way to find out. Try to shout. According to the old legends, only the Dragonborn can shout without training, the way the dragons do.
This is one of the few times you can shout at someone with no consequences.
Grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn. Those born with the dragon blood in them, like old Tiber Septim himself.
I've never heard of Tiber Septim killing any dragons.
There weren't any dragons then, idiot. They're just coming back now for the first time in forever. Tales tell of the Dragonborn who can kill dragons and steal their power. You must be one.
What do you say, Irleth? Being awfully quiet. Come on, Irleth. Tell us, do you believe in this Dragonborn business?
Some of you would be better off keeping quiet than flapping your gums in matters you don't know anything about.
There's a burnt corpse, but he doesn't have anything on him. Doesn't look like I'm going to find a Whiterun guard shield today. It's okay, I'll have more opportunities.
I've been all across Tamriel. I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish as this. I'd advise you all to trust in the strength of your sword arm over tales and legends.
That was shouting.
That was the hairiest fight I've ever been in, and I've been in more than a few. I don't know about this Dragonborn business, but I'm sure glad you're with us. You better get back to Whiterun right away. Jarl Balgruuf will want to know what happened here.
Where's Mule? Mule? She must have gotten stuck somewhere. Need to figure out what button on my headset use my microphone, so if I sneeze I can hit it real quick. There's a good reason to run back to Whiterun after killing that dragon. I need it right here. Get that rumble. The actual sound it didn't play, but my controller still rumbled. Still don't know where Mule ended up. Hopefully when I go through the gate she'll show up. Maybe once I get my new computer I can install one of those mods that makes followers work better. Don't know that I'd necessarily go for amazing follower tweaks, but maybe. There she is.
You killed the dragon.
Yes, we did. So at the very least, I should get the dialogue with Jarl Belgrove before I finish things. I could talk about Oblivion and whether it proves whether Talos was divine or man. But that's Oblivion spoilers. And I'm playing Skyrim right now. Focus on the story of Skyrim for the moment.
There's been talk amongst the guards.
Good. You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you.
Such a thing.
You heard the summons. What else could it mean?
The Greybeards. We were just
So what happened at the watchtower?
I'd rather need a word.
Was the dragon there?
The watchtower was destroyed, but we killed the dragon.
I knew I could count on Irileth. But there must be more to it than that.
When the dragon died, I absorbed some kind of power from it.
So it's true. The Greybeards really were summoning you.
The Greybeards?
Masters of the way of the voice. They live in seclusion high on the slopes of the throat of the world.
What do these Greybeards want with me?
The Dragonborn is said to be uniquely gifted in the voice. The ability to focus your vital essence into a thum, or shout. If you really are Dragonborn, they can teach you how to use your gift.
Didn't you hear the thundering sound as you returned to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeards, summoning you to High Hrothgar. This hasn't happened in centuries, at least. Not since Tiber Septim himself was summoned when he was still Talos of Atmora.
Rungar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord nonsense have to do with our friend here? Capable as he may be, I don't see any signs of him being this, what, Dragonborn.
Nord nonsense? Why, you puffed up ignorant. These are our sacred traditions that go back to the founding of the First Empire.
Hrongar, don't be so hard on Avenici.
I meant no disrespect, of course. It's just that, what do these Greybeards want with him?
That's the Greybeards' business, not ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon, it revealed something in you, and the Greybeards heard it. If they think you're Dragonborn, who are we to argue? You'd better get up to High Hrothgar immediately. There's no refusing the summons of the Greybeards. It's a tremendous honor. I envy you know? To climb the 7,000 steps again. I made the pilgrimage once. You know that? High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place. Very disconnected from the troubles of this world. I wonder that the Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They haven't seemed to care before. No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you. You've done a great service for me and my city, Dragonborn. By my right as Jarl, I name you Thane of Whiterun. It's the greatest honor that's within my power to grant. I assign you Lydia,
One hold down.
housecarl, and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office. I'll also notify my guards of your new title. Wouldn't want them to think you're part of the common rabble, now would we?
I was fearless.
We are honored to have you as Thane of our city, Dragonborn. Back to business, Proventus. We still have a city to defend.
Yes, my lord. Divines bless you. May the ground you
So now I'm gonna see the dialogue that I've been ignoring. What's it mean to be Dragonborn?
The only thing I remember is the old story of Tiber Septim being called Dragonborn by the Nords before they switched sides and joined the Empire. No doubt those Greybeards up at High Hrothgar will talk your ear off about it.
What do you know about shouts?
Old Nord folktales always talk about shouting their enemies to pieces. I always thought it was just a myth. If you think you might be able to do that kind of thing, the Legion could certainly use your help. Go talk to the Greybeards. See what they can tell you.
Who are the Greybeards?
Near as I can tell, a bunch of ancient Nord hermits who live on top of a mountain. Never heard of them talking to anybody before. If they really do want to talk to you, you'd better go find out what they want. You never know.
He also has some older dialogue I didn't check. Tell me about the city's districts.
Well, there are 3 of them, arranged in 3 tiers, as you may have noticed. The Plains District is so named because it's the closest of the 3 to the plains that surround the city. The inn and marketplace are found there. Most of the city's residents live in the Wind District, which is the middle of the 3. Dragon's Reach occupies the highest, which we call the Cloud District. From here, the Jarl can see all that goes on within his city.
And yet, even though I'm saying I live in the Plains District, why is the keep called Dragon's Reach?
That is an old tale, but well known to those of us who serve in the keep. Long ago, there lived a mighty hero of the Nords, Olaf One-Eye. Olaf did battle with a fearsome dragon named Numenex. The struggle between Olaf and the dragon culminated in a mighty duel atop Mount Anthor, with Olaf the victor. Olaf returned in triumph to Whiterun. By his decree, the city's keep was rebuilt as a prison for Numenex. And so, from that time until this, our great keep has been called Dragon's Reach.
We heard a very different history of Olaf when you joined the Bard's College. What's the city's history?
Ah, splendid. Our fine city has a proud history, and I'm happy to share what I know. The history of Whiterun begins with Jorrvaskr, the Hall of the Companions. For a long time, it was the only building on the mountain. As time passed, a thriving community sprang up around Jorrvaskr, as was common with mead halls. Today, Whiterun is the jewel of Skyrim. I can say without boast that it is the greatest city in all the holds.
Yeah.
Enjoy your visit to Dragon's Reach.
So Balgruuf,
Gods watch over your battles, friend.
what's it mean to be Dragonborn?
Now, if you don't mind, I've got a city to keep. What is it that you need? Well, in the old tales, the Dragonborn heroes would use the power of their voice to defeat the enemies of Skyrim. Wolfhearth was Dragonborn. Talos too, the founder of the Empire. Back in the good old days. In the very oldest tales, back from when there still were dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power.
What do you know about shouts?
In the old tales, Nord heroes would use the power of their voice to shout down the gates of cities and strike down their enemies. But only the Greybeards studied the way of the voice anymore. If you can shout, you need to talk to them.
Who are the Greybeards?
They're the masters of the way of the voice, of shouting. They live up on top of the throat of the world. If you're really Dragonborn, they'll want to talk to you. In the old stories, they always summon the Dragonborn for training.
Whose side are you on?
If it's the war you're referring to, I'm on the side of Whiterun. No doubt General Tullius and his friends in the Empire will tell you that I owe them my loyalty. And perhaps I do. Ulfric Stormcloak would say that I owe my allegiance to the Nord people as they fight for Skyrim's independence. Perhaps this is also true. The day might come when I am forced to draw my sword for one side or the other. But that day has not come yet.
Why do you think Ulfric killed the High King?
No doubt he thought it was the only way to make his point. And also because he knew he could.
How can you protect Whiterun from the dragons?
With good planning and constant vigilance. Even now, my court wizard, Farengar, continues his research into ways we might drive back these terrors. We must also have ample reserves of water to combat the fires that will surely spread after an attack. But our greatest weapon? Courage. For if we cannot kill the beast, we must at least have the tenacity to drive it back. Until brave heroes step forward to destroy these monsters, that is the best we can do. Now, if you don't mind,
say it with your own tongue.
Having an argument?
Barbara, did you slip out again last night for a drink at the Bannered Mare?
Heard about that, did you? Yes, I went out for a pint or two. What of it?
These secret visits to the tavern will make you an easy target for an enemy assassin. You should have told me first.
Damn it, woman, I'm the Jarl of Whiterun. I won't apologize for talking to my people. You can't protect me every moment of the day.
That might be so, but it will never stop me from trying. Make a move toward Balgruuf, and you're dead.
How did the Dark Elf come to be Housecarl?
Balgruuf and I share a battle bond. We met as youth and forged our friendship in the fires of war. When he became Jarl, I insisted on serving as his protector. He had no cause to argue. Gods, you are curious. Almost dangerously so.
What does a Housecarl do?
I am charged with protecting the Jarl from any and all threats. Powerful men have many enemies, more so in times of strife, so you can imagine the dangers. Oh yes, there have been attempts on the Jarl's life. More than one would-be assassin has met his end at the tip of my blade.
What threats does Jarl face?
Take your pick. Dragons, Stormcloak assassins, ambitious and unscrupulous nobles. Sometimes I think his own children want him dead. And those are just the physical threats. Assaults on his sanity are another matter entirely. Every day he deals with obsequious functionaries and incompetent bureaucrats. Sadly, I'm not allowed to eliminate them. Well, not yet anyway.
She wants to kill them all.
Got my eyes on you.
I thought to prevent this. How about Hungar?
All this standing around is rubbish. You should be taken to fight to the Stormcloaks.
What's it mean to be Dragonborn?
It means you can kill dragons and steal their power. Even speak with a dragon's voice, they say. There hasn't been a Dragonborn seen in the land for centuries. Not since Talos himself walked his 7,000 steps to High Hrothgar.
Who are the Greybeards?
They live in seclusion on the slopes of the Throat of the World, the great mountain of Skyrim. They are masters of the Way of the Voice. If you really are Dragonborn, they're the ones who can teach you how to use your power.
Commander Caius. He's the commander of the guards here in Whiterun. And also, I have been avoiding talking to Farengar.
Divine smile on you, friend.
What's it mean to be Dragonborn?
I don't know much. Only the old tales about the ancient heroes who would use the voice to defeat the enemies of Skyrim. They say the emperors used to be Dragonborn, but that all ended when Martin died during the Oblivion Crisis. The Greybeards can tell you much more than I can. They're the masters of the Way of the Voice, and taught Tiber Septim himself.
What do you know about shouts?
Well, I only know what I've heard in the old tales. Shouting is an ancient form of magic, the use of one's voice to project their power. If you can shout, you need to go see the Greybeards. They'll know what to do.
Where can I learn more about magic?
A prospective student, are you? Well, I'm afraid I'm not much good at teaching. You should try your luck at the College of Winterhold.
What are the duties of a court wizard?
I'll put it simply so you'll understand. I advise the Jarl in matters of magic. If the Hold is faced with any threats or mysteries of a magical nature, I am called upon to explain things and suggest a course of action. Hopefully that answer will satisfy you. Good day.
We have more dialogue, Farengar.
Dragons reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors?
Have you encountered any dragons?
Sadly, no. My work affords me few opportunities for such an adventure. Perhaps some hero will bring one to Dragon's Reach, like old Olaf one I once did. What a fascinating conversation that would be.
And do you owe allegiance to the Imperials?
If I said that was a tedious question, would you be smart enough to know what I meant? Probably not. As long as I'm left alone to pursue my research, I don't care who gives the orders. Now, I'm a busy man, and your pointless questions are boring me terribly. Good day.
Daniel. And here's a fan favorite character.
Me to be your house, Carl. It's an honor to serve you.
I'm a Thane? What does that mean?
The Jarl has recognized you as a person of great importance in the Hold. A hero. The title of Thane is an honor, a gift for your service. Guards will know to look the other way if you tell them who you are.
What does House Carl do?
As my Thane, I'm sworn to your service. I'll guard you and all you own with my life. Alright then.
Many people would take Lydia with them immediately, now that she is available. Even when she's blocking doorways, everyone loves her. If you have not bought Breeze home yet, she will stay in Dragon's Reach until you do. If you do own Dragon's Reach, if you do own Breeze home, then she will live there as well. I have such a high carry weight. I know a good portion of it is dragon parts. But some of it is also the Whiterun guard armor that I took, plus the fur boots, which is part of their uniform practically. And the Axe of Whiterun, which Valgroup gave me. This is Lydia's room. It was added while we were gone.
When I was young, I
It will not appear until you become Thane. That puts me significantly lower. The potions are still weighing me down a bit, as are the dormer parts, but I'll be getting rid of those soon. Let's actually sit down here by the fire as I read this book. So, I've been going for 2 hours and 41, almost 42 minutes. And got some good questing done. So I'm going to read a book and wind down the stream here. If you've come to watch, lurk, or chat, I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time it is where you are. I will read the Book of Daedra and then cut the stream there. The Book of Daedra. Azura, whose sphere is dusk and dawn, the magic in between realms of twilight, known as Moonshadow, Mother of the Rose, and Queen of the Night Sky. Boethia, whose sphere is deceit and conspiracy, and the secret plots of murder, assassination, treason, and the unlawful overthrow of authority. Clavicus Vile, whose sphere is the granting of power and wishes through ritual invocations and pact. Hermaeus Mora, whose sphere is scrying of the tides of fate, of the past and future as read in the stars and heavens, and whose dominion are the treasures of knowledge and memory. Hircine, whose sphere is the hunt, the sport of Daedra, the great game, the chase, known as the huntsman and the father of man-beasts. Malakath, whose sphere is the patronage of the spurned and ostracized, the keeper of the sworn oath and the bloody curse. Mehrunes Dagon, whose sphere is destruction, change, revolution, energy, and ambition. Mephala, whose sphere is obscured to mortals, known by the names Web Spinner, Spinner, and Spider, whose only consistent theme seems to be interference in the affairs of mortals for her amusement. Meridia, whose sphere is obscured to mortals, who is associated with the energies of living things. Molag Bal, whose sphere is domination and enslavement of mortals, whose desire is to harvest the souls of mortals and to bring mortal souls within his sway by spreading seeds of strife and discord in the mortal realms. Namira, whose sphere is the ancient darkness, known as the spirit Daedra, ruler of sundry dark and shadowy spirits, associated with spiders, insects, slugs, and other repulsive creatures which inspire mortals with an instinctive revulsion. Nocturnal, whose sphere is night and darkness, who is known as the Night Mistress. Periite, whose sphere is the ordering of the lowest orders of oblivion, known as the Taskmaster. Sanguine, whose sphere is hedonistic revelry and debauchery, and passionate indulgences of darker natures. Sheogorath, whose sphere is madness, and whose motives are unknowable. Vermina, whose sphere is the realm of dreams and nightmares, and from whose realm issues forth evil omens. Especially marked for special interest under the heading Malakath, you find a reference to Scourge, blessed by Malakath and dedicated to the use of mortals. In short, the reference suggests that any Daedra attempting to invoke the weapon's power will be expelled into the void streams of oblivion. Of the legendary artifacts of the Daedra, many are well known, like Azura's Star and Sheogorath's Wabbajack. Others are less well known, like Scourge, Malkan's Hammer, Bane of the Daedra. Yet though Malakath blessed Scourge to be potent against his Daedric kin, he thought not that it should fall into Daedric hands, than to serve as a tool for private war among Caliph and Forsaken. Thus did Malakath curse the device such that, should any dark kin seek to invoke its powers, that the void should open and swallow that Daedra, and purge him into oblivion's void streams. From thence to pathfind back to the real and unreal worlds, in the full order of time.